guys, it's Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and I'm bringing you the March 2017 reading. So, like I have said a couple of videos ago, I'm no longer doing the weekly readings, but I am enjoying doing my monthly readings so that I could do other types of vloggy goodness in the meantime. Although, however, I have been a little MIA, which I think I mentioned in another video, only because this is a really busy time of year for me when it gets towards the springtime. On the 21st, track season started, and I'm the high jump coach for the high school track and field team, where I'm also a teacher. As soon as I get off of school, we got track practice, but then I still have to do all the other stuff that I have to do for me, which is, work out and get my lesson plan stuff done, and I gotta do my Kittens, Weights, and Tarot readings and things like that. Plus I have some other side businesses. I gotta practice for my opera that I got hired in. I have a photography company, so I gotta stay quite busy. Plus it's time for a renewal for my personal training certification, so I have to take a few more CEU units so that I can renew my certification. What I want to get to is just, first of all, exciting things that are coming up for March. So what's coming up for us in March? So first of all, just want to let you guys know that March 4th, starting March 4th through April 15th, we're going into a Venus retrograde. So not like a Mercury retrograde, but this one is more focusing on relationships when it goes into a Venus retrograde. So it brings a lot more clarity to relationships. So definitely, if you're interested in that, I would probably do a little bit of a search if you wanted to work on something that dealt with relationships, not just the romantic kind, but friendships and the like, during the Venus retrograde. On the 9th is the Mother Goddess Day, which is the loving, nurturing goddess. So if you are, into paganism or, witchcraft and things like that, witchiness, I'm going to say witchcraft, witchiness, then you could definitely think about looking into the Mother Goddess Day on the 9th. On the 17th, we have the Monad Festival, which honors Dionysus, but that's also St. Patrick's Day, so don't forget to bust out your green, which would also go with Dionysus as well. He's all about the partying and the festivities and the wine and all that good stuff. And, well, St. Patrick's Day, it's beer, but I guess you could have some wine, so there you go. On the 25th, that is the spring equinox, so that is Ostara. So Ostara, we'll call it Ostara since I'm Tara and I hate being called Tara. But anyway, on the 25th, we have the Lady Day, which is, if you are into the Wheel of the Year and into paganism, that's where they celebrate the crone as the grandmother. On the 12th, we have a full moon in Virgo, so think about that. On the 28th, so towards the end of the month, we have a new moon in Aries, so a lot of fiery action going on for that new moon. So updates for Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. I wanted to let you know that up now on YouTube, on my channel, I have the Make It So spread. Those of you that are Trekkie fans and into Star Trek, especially Star Trek The Next Generation, I did a whole spread based off of, my favorite characters in the show. Of course, you don't have to be a Trekkie fan to be able to use this spread. I think it works well, the questions that are asked, for each position in the spread. But I also have it up on my blog, so, and I have the link in the comment section for the blog, in case you wanted the transcripted version. Since the spring equinox is coming, then you guys might want to invest in the full abundance spray that I have going on. So this is a little spray. Hey, Wally, hold on, let me bring in Wally. Okay, this is Wally and his pink tummy. Hello. Oh. Okay. So my full abundance spray, this is not just thinking of money, but more bringing in more love and joy and happiness and all the awesomeness that you want more of in your life. Hello, Wally. So hold on, he's gonna wanna get carried like a baby right now. I have just added another type of reading, hello, another type of reading in my shop. It is the Rainbow Bridge reading. So this one is more focusing on if you would like to connect with a furry, feathery, scaly loved one that is on the other side. I think that people benefited so well from the spread that I created, both on my blog and on YouTube. And I've put it up in, various groups that I'm in as well, that I think that it's time that I actually make it, a full-on reading. I've done that reading with friends and, a few clients here and there, but I think I'm actually going to put it on the shop, and so it is now on the shop for you guys. Things that I am loving this month. There is a lovely, lovely soul that watches my channel, and she had suggested the Psychic Intelligence book by Terry and Linda Jameson, and this is a fantastic book. As you can see, I'm barely halfway through the book, but it has a lot of information about developing your clairs, about protection, about just, connecting to the universe, basically. And I am having a grand old time working with that, since I have been wondering how to control a lot of the things that I know and feel and see, and I have a lot of my clairs working for me, things that I hear, and so this is helping to really focus instead of having them run rampant and all sorts of craziness. So I definitely recommend this book. Other things that I'm loving this month is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, the Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Marie Kondo. And so this was recommended by Vix from New Age Hipster, and so I picked this up. Oh my goodness. So I did everything that was mentioned in this book about decluttering your home. In the end, and I only focused on my stuff, I didn't touch my boyfriend's stuff at all. There was stuff of ours that was shared, but I kind of went through the entire house, from my closet to the bedrooms to the bathrooms to everything that was in storage underneath the house to our linens closet, the kitchen, food, everything, and I cleared out, it was, those Glad bags, those big black Glad bags, about 3 bags worth of trash, 4 bags worth of clothes, 2 bags worth of purses, I think there was a bag of suits, and then there was boxes upon boxes and bags of stuff from the kitchen. So house is definitely de-bloated. I took pictures of all my trophies and things that I got when I was in high school, all my track trophies, but in the end it was like, what am I gonna do with those trophies? I mean, am I gonna make a trophy room, a homage to who I was when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old? It's kind of lame, I guess. So I ended up donating the trophies. So lots of stuff, and might I say that because of this, and then subsequently reading this, my clairs just went boom. It was like I had to clear out all that old stagnant energy from my childhood, from years past, to just really allow myself to open up. So let me know if you have experienced something like that from a decluttering process. I think that is absolutely awesome. Last thing before we actually get to the reading, which is why you're here, is my hemimorphite bracelet. So we just had, well, obviously weeks ago, we had Valentine's Day, and my boyfriend knows how much I love hemimorphite, and a few years, or some years back, he gave me a beautiful blue hemimorphite necklace, which, was my favorite, and I would still wear it if I still had it, but our house was broken into, and every piece of jewelry of mine was stolen, along with my beautiful hemimorphite necklace. So he has since bought me a different type of hemimorphite necklace, more where I can kind of, where it was just the pendant and I got to kind of make my own necklace, and he gave me the beads, and therefore I could make my own bracelet. And so there you go. So what I want to do first is just pick a theme card, and the deck that I want to use is one of my newer decks. This is the Botanical Inspirations Oracle deck by Lynn Arajo. I hope I'm not butchering the name. But this is a beautiful deck, and I think with all the flowers and the floraliness, that's not even a word, but who cares, that would go great for the theme for the month of March. Go ahead and pick us a card. So what is our overall theme? And sometimes it takes a little bit for a card to come popping out. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay, we have Clematis, which the Latin name is Clematis alpina. It says intelligence and mental beauty. Wisdom is the abstract of the past, but beauty is the promise of the future. So this is a beautiful card. So what I'm getting in this card is for mental beauty, what I'm kind of hearing for that is that whole decluttering process that I was just talking about, that a lot of people, and it's not just me, are doing these huge like decluttering, you know, getting rid of things that they haven't touched in years, things that they don't even know why they're holding on to them, things that they forgot they even had. It feels like when you do a mental decluttering, like, why am I still even thinking this about myself? You know, this is an old way of thinking. Like, I totally haven't thought that way since I was like 15 years old. You know, why is that still there? For me, this month, you know, going into spring, it's more, you know, before we can go into a new renewal of ourselves, we have to be doing kind of a decluttering process, kind of going in, doing some deep self-mental work of what's going on in there, what are some of my core beliefs, and where are they stemming from? Hello. Where are they stemming from? And what has sprouted from that? And is this something that is really turned into a weed? Do I have to pull these weeds and plant some different seeds, you know, in my core beliefs so that something new can sprout, so that I can grow as a human being? So I think this is a lovely message for the month of March. So I'm going to be using my tarot deck, and I'm going to be using the Delos Tarot. And this is from Lam99 on Etsy if you're interested. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card for health. So this is just a general reading, by the way, so this isn't towards anybody in particular. However, if anything resonates with you, definitely take it. And if something is not really, you know, catching your vibe, then, you know, just ignore it. Take what you need and leave what you don't need. Okay, so I'm gonna pick a card for health, I'm gonna pick a card for wealth, I'm gonna pick a card for family / relationships, and then career / creativity, since I believe that your career, your passion should definitely involve your creativities most of the time. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it a shuffle. Card for health. We have a card for wealth. I'm sorry if I'm acting like a little like woo during this video. Just I've been getting hit with a lot of energy, not just today but this past week, and so kind of trying to ground myself. There's a lot of energies and energies trying to contact me while I'm trying to do a reading. So perhaps another time. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at health. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, appropriate. So for the Knight of Pentacles, I see this like moving forward into wanting to get some stuff done, you know, about your health. So a lot of people just kind of sit on, well, someday I'll get back into the gym. Well, I do have to eventually get to the doctor for X, Y, and Z. Well, doctor did say that, you know, my cholesterol numbers were a little high, or, you know, I'm kind of borderline on the diabetes train, you know, things like that. But now I'm feeling that some people are finally starting to get a little bit of a fire under their butts and like, hey, I'm borderline this. Hey, that's not okay that these numbers are so high, you know. They are starting to make the connection of, if I don't take care of this, how am I supposed to take care of anybody else? How am I supposed to dispense advice to others? You know, so I'm seeing kind of that forward movement and motion of finally something is clicking of, hey, you know, I love caring for other people, but I realize I gotta care for number one. And so that is awesome. Definitely move forward and get what you gotta get done health-wise. So I'm seeing that for March, and I'm definitely feeling that's hitting a lot of people for March. Okay, for wealth, this could be money, but you know, we can have a wealth of other things as well. But here is the Eight of Swords for wealth. Okay, so what I'm getting for wealth is, you know, sometimes we set budgets for ourselves. Some people have budget apps. I have a budget app. Some people just kind of mentally have a running clock of, you know, what should I do? You know, I will put this much away for this, and I put this much away for this. But it seems like some people have been a little bit over spendy, you know, saying, well, it's okay this month or this week if I just buy a little extra here, or if I just put a little, you know, and it might be just like little frivolous things, or I want to treat this person. And so it feels like some people have been going a little over budget, which is kind of putting them in a bind. And so I'm really feeling that for this month, you're really going to have to rein in those finances again. You're really going to have to take a look at your bank account. As much as people really don't like talking about money, hello, I'm one of them. As much as really, you know, you don't want to look at the numbers, you don't want to look at your habits. You really, really need to take a look at that before it becomes a bigger problem later. Right now, it's like it's bubbling away. You know, it's kind of putting you in a bit of a pickle, but we don't want that pickle to become some, you know, nasty, I don't know, festering pickle later. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm getting for health this month. Okay, for family, which is kind of like family relationships, here we have an ace, and it is the Ace of Swords. So it seems like especially since we're going to be going into that Venus retrograde, that there's going to be a little bit more clarity of thought when it comes to our relationships and our family. Sometimes we tend to gloss over things, especially when it's people we love, and we tend to just kind of like tune out certain things we don't want to hear and have that selective hearing, and we choose to see certain things and choose not to see certain things. You guys are catching my drift with family. So here it's like it's gonna smack you in the face a little bit. It's gonna be a lot clearer of like, hey, this is what this person is doing, or this is what this person is saying, or this is what this person has been doing to you. You know, you might want to check that relationship. So check those boundaries. So that's definitely what I'm getting for family relationships. Okay, next we have career and creativity. We have the Justice card. Okay, so for career and, well, tied in with your creativity, kind of what I'm getting is, you know, how do I want to phrase this? What you're putting into your job, try to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of. You know, so sometimes, you know, when we really love something, we'd say, you know, even if I didn't get paid, I'd do it for free because I love it so much. For me, I love tarot reading. You know, if I didn't have clients or whatever, it doesn't mean I still wouldn't do tarot readings. You know, that doesn't mean I still wouldn't, you know, be doing all my research and trying to better myself in this, you know, activity of mine. I love it. However, you have to be careful that people aren't trying to take advantage of that. Let's put it in the tarot reading, you know, sphere, since this is a job that I do. Because I love it so much, if somebody came up and said, hey, yeah, I got this, you know, I really need to get this reading from you, but oh, I'm strapped for cash. Could you just do me a favor and let me get this one for free this time? I really need this reading. You know, what's your gut telling you? Maybe you're like, well, I'll just do it for this person, but then the next person comes along, and the next person, and the next person, and pretty soon you're giving out all these free readings. You're giving away your talent, your passion for free, you know, and I believe that people should be compensated for what they do, whether you are a musician. You okay, Wally? Sorry, he eats schmutz and sometimes he gets coffee. So you want to be careful of people seeing your kind-heartedness and your wonderful ability in whatever it is you do. Maybe it's your ability to, work in sales. Maybe it's your ability to work on cars. Maybe it's, whatever your ability is. Maybe it's your proofreading abilities. And people are like, hey, could you just like look over this 300-page document for me? Yeah, that'd just be great. Yeah, no. You love what you do. However, let yourself be compensated for what you do. Maybe it's not even with money if you're not comfortable with that. You okay? So maybe it's not even money. Maybe it's, okay, well, like take me out to dinner, or, buy me a parfait or something like that. Okay. To finish off the reading, actually what I forgot to do is at the beginning of the reading was a stone that I felt really resonated for the month of March. So I picked my lovely ammonite. And so just, as I see the swirl of the ammonite and, the rainbow glitter, iridescence, I don't want to say glittery, but iridescence of the shell, I'm really seeing that kind of bloom, that new beginning going into the spring equinox, and it just all coming full circle. Goes around and around and around. This comes every year, the spring equinox. We grow, we lose our leaves, we die, we are reborn, we grow, we lose our leaves, we die, we're reborn. And so just reminding people that this is just all part of the cycle. Remember, nothing is permanent, nothing is forever. So that's it for me. So hopefully this wasn't a too lengthy of a video, but I will definitely catch you guys next month. If you would like to grab a reading with me, don't forget to check the information box below. Definitely check the new readings that I have up in my Etsy shop, and check out that Make It So spread that I also have on my channel, but also in my blog. So definitely check out my website in the information box below. Okay, so if you have any comments and you just want to say what's up, or maybe I want to say something about you like this video, then leave that in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys probably a lot sooner than April. I'll make some little vloggy goodness in between, but I will see you guys next time. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.